Ever since President Joe Biden announced his bid for re-election, all we've been hearing from media outlets are things about him being old and not one word about his policies.
He's 80 years old and already the oldest president in American history. If reelected, he'd be 86 at the end of his second term.
Let's talk about that at length. CNN guy, who's not Don Lemon because he got fired. I have to tell you, yes, he's 80 now. He's going to be 86 at the end of his second term, if he gets a second term. And the other guy wants to end the Constitution. 86 or end the Constitution. We got to vote principles above personalities here, people. Principles above personalities. Which group, not just which candidate, which group most closely represents your values? Is it the one that wants to end the Constitution, which could, I don't know, make slavery legal again? Remove the right to free speech. Remove the right to bear arms. Remove the right to have freedom of religion. It's principles above personalities. It's not like Joe Biden is just one guy. I mean, he is just one guy, but it's not like him being the president makes him just one guy running everything. That is false. He has advisors, he has a vice, he has a cabinet, and those people all have principles. This is not autocracy yet. But if you vote for Republican, we will be very close to having autocracy. Trump just gave a speech saying he has unfinished business. Well, what was he trying to do? Oh, yeah, overthrow democracy. So does it matter that whoever they're running has a certain number of miles under their belt? Principles above personalities, people.
Republicans say they won't cut Social Security, Medicare, or Medicaid. But can honest, hard-working middle-class Americans really believe what these politicians say? Republicans said they wouldn't overturn Roe v. Wade. Here's what Supreme Court Justices Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, and Coney Barrett said during their Senate confirmation hearings.
Roe v. Wade, it is a precedent of the United States Supreme Court. A good judge will consider it as precedent of the United States Supreme Court.
Roe v. Wade. It's settled as a precedent of the Supreme Court.
Roe is not a super precedent, but that doesn't mean that Roe should be overruled.
Well, we saw how that turned out. They played us for fools. Tell your elected officials to keep their hands off of our Social Security and health care benefits. Fool me once. Let Majority Rule was responsible for this message. LetMajorityRule.org is a project of the Marvin Lucas Super PAC, which is responsible for and paid for this ad and is not affiliated with or authorized by any political campaign or candidate or candidates committee.